What's going on, programmers? Today we're going to be looking at global and local variables in Python. Now, I believe we all have a basic understanding of what a variable is, how to assign a variable, working with variables, and basically grasp our knowledge on functions. Okay, so if we all have that, that's good. We can start on this tutorial. If you don't, you can basically check the link in the description, and that will lead you to my playlist where you can actually start out on wherever you want to start in Python. Okay, so I'm going to start this tutorial by actually defining a function, say def func, and this function is just going to print a text out to the screen. Okay, now we've not defined this text, so I'm going to come below here and I'm going to say text is equal to this is the text. Now that's great, we've defined this. Now what happens when we go ahead and call this function? Okay, you must have guessed it by now. We've gotten this is the text. Okay, now what did Python just do here? Python has told our function to print text, and the text it's printing is actually the global text that is here. Now this is actually what is called a global variable. Now why is this a global variable? It's a global variable because it can be accessed in anywhere in our program. Okay, so it can be accessed from this function, just as you've actively seen. It can be accessed in a loop, in an if statement, an else statement, a try catch statement. Now that is basically why it's called a global variable. Okay, so if you know this, you basically be asking, okay, what are local variables, just as the heading has spoken. Okay, so I will just come down here and I say text is equal to this is a function call. Okay, so I've defined a basic variable text to be equal to this is a function call. Now what does this do once we run it? Okay, you basically see this is a function call which is being printed out to the screen, and this variable here is not affecting the outside of this function. Now why do I see that? If I come below this and I just print text. Now, what do you guess the output will be? Would it print this or would it print these? Let me run that and we'll see. You can see this is the text gets printed, which was the original global variable. So what was done in this function actually didn't affect the outside of our program. So this is still retained. This is the text is still retained. Now I'm going to do something here. I'm going to try to print text before we assign it here. Now once I do this, we're going to get an error. Basically the computer will be telling us, or Python will be telling us, why would you want to print this? You've not assigned it. Now basically I know you'll be thinking it will print the global variable, then it will assign this local variable, and then it will print the local variable. But that is not going to be the case. Now let me just name this local variable so we don't get confused. So if I run this, it basically said we're going to see an error, and you see local variable text referenced before assignment, which means we try to refer this local variable before assigning it. So this is not accepted. Now some of you might be wondering, how can I create a function that can change a variable that is global, or a variable that is global? So that's very easy. Just go at the head of your function, you can type global. You can see that's a keyword, and then the variable name, which is text in our case. So global text, this basically tells the function whenever we're trying to change this variable text, make sure you're referring it to this global variable that is here, text. So whenever we change this text within this function, it is basically going to be affecting the outside of our function. Okay, I hope that is not too confusing. But when we basically run this program, function is being called, right? And then at the time function is called, we still know that text is this is the text. So it's going to print this is the text. Yeah, but this time around we are actually referring to the global text. So now this variable will no longer be local. Let's just remove that. So it's going to be say text is equal to, this is the function call. Okay, so this actually refers back to the original global text. So this will be changed to, this is a function call. And finally, it's going to print this. Now, where the magic happens, once we print text outside of this function, it's going to be, this is the function call, because we've actually referred this to be what? Global text. Now, let's see if what I'm saying is correct. You basically see, this is a text when the function starts, okay? And then this is a function call here after we've done that. And then finally, outside of this function, you're basically seeing, this is a function call, which means this variable text has been changed to, this is a function call. So that's basically what you need to know about global and local variables in Python. I really hope this was helpful and you might apply it in your future projects or tutorials, whatever. So that will be all. If you enjoyed this video, you can basically support this video by leaving a like and a subscribe. Like, you leave a sub, and if you can also share this video to whoever you think this video might be useful to. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.